Conor, today is the day, guys. Your third album, Moral Panic, is out there. Congratulations. How does it feel?
Thank you. Yeah, it feels better than I actually thought. I don't know. It's been obviously so strange, and you gauge the reaction and stuff by shows normally, so it's felt quite quiet and odd. But this morning I woke up and just felt such a sense of pride, like with the body of work we've done and having it out in the world is great. I feel very, very prideful today. Good.
Did you ever think, let's just skip 2020, we'll postpone this release? Was that ever in your mind?
Maybe for like a couple of weeks we were just like, what's the best time to put the album out? But I'm really glad we didn't, because there is no good time. We wouldn't be able to put it out for like a year or two if we had the best time to do it. So I'm really glad we did it. Yeah, and I think interestingly, like when we put the first single out, I kind of felt, what was the point? Weirdly, I felt there was such more important things going on in the world and really serious things that I felt quite bad about being in radio, and people were panic buying loo roll and people were dying, and I felt really like, why are we doing this? And then I realized that I was getting so much help from finding new music. It was really giving me comfort during the lockdown, and it made me feel good. I was like, you know what, this is okay that we're putting music out, because it will help someone else, and especially if it's going to help some really hardcore fans who need our music. So I felt good about doing it, because I got the same sort of sense of comfort from new music too. But yeah, at first it was weird, and we just didn't know if it was the right thing to do or when to put it out. But I'm really glad we did.
We think it's the right thing to do. Radio would be pretty boring if everybody would postpone their releases. So. Yeah, exactly. Now, Conor, like so many songs that were released since the beginning of March and the beginning of the pandemic, everybody's going crazy also got this like extra layer of meaning. It's like every song in my playlist now suddenly seems to be about the coronavirus, how we're responding to it, which isn't true, of course, because most songs were finished way before. But what is the song actually about then?
Yeah, this song, it's really interesting how this has worked out. The way I look back on it reflectively now is... It was written about, obviously not the pandemic, but it was written about what we're dealing with now. It was just, I think at the time it felt that we were in the eye of the storm at the time with Brexit and Cambridge Analytica and Trump and climate denial, all those things. But really the kettle was just starting to brew. It was just turned on a year and a half ago when we first started writing it. So the song, and not just this song, but the album, it fits so well now on release, because it's boiling and overflowing essentially. It's nearly at its maximum. I kind of feel like in November it's going to be at its kind of peak heat for certain reasons. So it's just bizarre that it fits so well now. But it was written about the lunacy then. It was written about what we were seeing and couldn't believe our eyes then. And just finding that solitude, that comfort outside of that kind of digital world, outside of the dregs of Twitter, and finding it either within yourself or with someone else. And I feel like I've definitely experienced that 10 times stronger now with the pandemic, of just kind of zoning in on me and finding comfort there, and just putting the outside world there, and it's just there if I need to work with it as a tool. But yeah, that's how I feel about that song now.
Yeah, before lockdown and everything, you guys had been touring pretty extensively during the last few years. I read that this pause actually felt a little good too, that you felt bad to say it, but actually it was, pretty welcome, maybe?
Yeah, 100%. I know myself on a personal level, there was just a lot of stuff I hadn't dealt with, and I knew I had to deal with. So we were just about to go on tour, and it's sort of February, March time. And as much as I was buzzing to go on tour, I kind of knew I wasn't there mentally. So it was a blessing in disguise for me on a personal level, where I could spend the time really analysing in kind of intricate detail of what was bothering me and how to work through it and swipe away any distraction. And I think that's what's been wonderful about.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
On a selfish level, I think a lot of people have realised what's important to them and what kind of band-aid they're taping over their wounds or their cracks. So in a way, it's been really great for me to rebuild myself from nothing, and just not having those distractions. I think, and that's not just me as a creative type. There's a lot of my friends who have done the same thing and just didn't realize that they had all these things going on in their lives that they needed to work on. So I think it's been good in that sense.
Yeah. So no real concerts in the next few months, but Nothing But Thieves is doing 3 live stream shows next week. Yeah. What will happen exactly? I'm really curious. How will it be?
Yeah, I mean, we've been rehearsing so much because we haven't played together for like 10 months.
That's a long time.
I feel my voice is a little bit worn out. My body's worn out. We've been we're rehearsing like 8 hours a day because we're doing, I think it's a total of like 38 songs. So, and maybe like 25 of them we've not really played. So obviously some new stuff and then some really old stuff that we haven't played in ages. So it's been a lot of rehearsals, but it's going to be great. I expect some good things really, just because one, the energy we're going to feel playing together again will be really, I think it'll be really palpable. I'm not sure, like maybe when we first do like the first live stream, might be a bit nervous, but we'll see. But I think it's gonna be really good. I think.
But the funny thing is, it will be on different time zones, so everybody in the whole world can choose one that fits them best. How will you guys do it? Do you have to get up in the middle of the night, and or will it actually be pre-recorded?
Well, my manager and my team have sorted out the exact times. I'm just going to prepare myself mentally, be fit. I think there's a couple that are quite close to each other. I mean, it's in it's next week. So,
but I saw people can still buy tickets for their shows. Just go to your official Nothing But Thieves website. A song that we've been playing a lot here at Willy is Real Love Song. Or real love. So I always play with the accent of the real, but every time I hear it, I'm thinking, man, some girl made this guy really, really miserable. Why so dark?
So I would say yes and no. It's a song within a song, really. That's why I love this song so much, because we were poking fun at love songs in a way, because we got in an interview in Malaysia. Some guy said to us, "You don't have enough love songs."
Yeah, I read that. Yeah.
We were like, do we not? I think we do. And then we realized we find it boring and a bit egregious to write over and over about that soppy Hollywood love. So we're poking fun at love songs, and at the same time, it's a character-based thing where this guy is in this kind of the dirtiest part of his mind, the darkest place of his mind, just reaching out for this person's unrequited love. It's like, to me, it's this beautiful middle ground between happiness and sadness.
Yeah.
And I think that's really, really hard to get right, not just lyrically, but musically, vocally, everything. It's like, I find that when I'm singing well, it is that middle spot between joy and sadness, and you can feel that. And my favorite artists do that so well. And I think on this album, tapped into it here and there at times. It's not the easiest thing to do, but this song, I think, really, as a song, holistically, really captures that moment of soulful hopefulness of what could love be. It is everything. It is everything. But also, in turn, because we make it so everything, it's also the worst thing in the world. So it's this character just pining and praying for this love of this person, but knowing you probably will never get it,
Yeah, I think I wished that it already existed when I was like 20-something and alone in my dorm crying about boys. I think it would have helped a lot. So, we've talked about how you guys, survived lockdown, coronavirus, stuff like that. But how are you looking to the future now?
I feel like I'm quite a realistic person, if not pessimistic. And I think this time, first time in my life, has just turned me by default into an optimist, because I feel like I need to be. I'm very much optimistic that the shows in October will happen. I'm pretty much set. I think it will be fine by then. I'm not sure about the summer festivals. That's my realism.
Yeah, I saw that the Glastonbury announced that they are thinking about a massive test village where you can get a corona test before you go to the festival. If that happens, then
yeah. I think they're thinking about that sort of thing of like pocket entry of like testing. If you're then you get kicked out, whatever, which is cool. And that's more on the kind of security and management side of things, which is amazing if they can work that out. But so I feel like very optimistic about next October tour, but just a bit fingers crossed for the summer. We'll see.
About the October tour, I saw the UK, I saw Ireland, I saw all of Europe except for Belgium. Conor, you'll have to make an adjustment.
Don't put me on the spot. That's not fair.
I know. That's not your fault. But we'll have to arrange something with your management.
Obviously, there's our booking agent's like an absolute genius, and she smashes it every time. And there's always a reason.
If not, we will travel to Leipzig or to Amsterdam or Berlin or something to see you. So really another big thumbs up or something for the new album. And the song that we're gonna play now is your song "Impossible." And I read that's something really different from the rest of the album. You make a kind of adjustment there in tone of voice and what you want to do. Can you elaborate on that?
Yeah. So this was written really late in the writing season, I guess, for us. And we had a really dense album. Kind of, I'd say, was very experimental, the record. It is melodically, it's kind of not clever, but very, very intricate at times and well thought out. And
it's not a record that you put on and it's da 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 done. It has all these different layers, these different. I recommend it. Yeah.
But it's quite a dense record thematically. And this song, we really just needed a song of levity and hope, essentially, because even Real Love Song is quite a pessimistic outlook. Or an unrealistic outlook, and this song, it really was about. It's almost like the answer to Real Love Song, and that's how I see it. Where it's like this guy actually gets his love and kind of zones in out of this kind of world of anger and despair with someone, and finally gets that. And I like that message of hope, because really the only thing that is important is the connections you make and the love you make in life anyway. So it's all. I think that it is still important to kind of drive that message home. And in terms of the actual song, melodically and sonically, again, it was so nice to do just a simpler song. I know from my heart of hearts, I really wanted to do a singer's song. I just wanted to do a song that was so melodically simple and was a big vocal that people would just go, that's the one I want to sing in my room with my kid. I wanted to do a singer's song where I could just belt it out. So that front, the chorus melody came to me, and I thought, I think this is perfect for this. And Dom had these like lovely Radioheady, intricate kind of illsy chords, and it just fit really well. And then the song was created quite quickly after that. It's a really important song. I think the record needs it because it does offer that kind of brief moment of hope and lightness. Yeah.
All right, we'll just play that one then. And then one final question. I read in an interview or saw in an interview that tattoo you have there, that it's set in Antwerp. Is that, or someone, did you get a tattoo in Antwerp one day?
Oh my God. Yeah.
Everything is on the internet, Conor, but is it one that you can show, or is it somewhere?
It's that
one.
Radiohead favorite song. I don't know if the camera will get it.
I hit the bottom and escape. Yeah,
it's my favorite song in the world, "Weird Fishes" by Radiohead. And it was done by Finch Tattoo. Check him out in Belgium.
We'll do some connection with Belgium. Holland already has a song. It's called Amsterdam, and we have a tattoo. I'm pretty happy with that. So Conor, enjoy.
He did this one too, actually.
Okay, really cool, really cool. So thanks for that, and see you. When we see you, I'm not going to put a date on it, but I hope it's pretty soon. Okay?
Yeah. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.